Hello my friends, welcome back for probably the final shave of our Williams Mug Challenge for 2026. We've got the soap in here. It's been, what do I call it, marinating, I guess. I took what was left from the last shave and kind of mooshed it out into the grooves of the Captain's Choice spool so that I can get to it easier. And we're just going to go to town. As it turns out, there wasn't as much as I thought when we got it all squeezed together. So I'm just going to I'm using the same brush. I've used the same brush pretty much with the exception of one shave for this whole odyssey, as it were. And just with twirling around here, I've already destroyed what was left. So with that, and in the context of our last thing, Fort Williams has fallen. I'm kind of maybe a little bit too excited about this for my own good. This would be the 26th shave with the puck, so it lasted 1 3/4 ounces of soap, lasted me 26 shaves. So that's a pretty good metric. I hadn't, like I said, I hadn't destroyed too many pucks of soap from top to bottom, because I usually get down to a little bit and I mash it into another bowl and mix it with other soaps. So this is pretty good. And that's all there is to it. It's already lathered because there wasn't enough to it. We're gonna shave 30 with this Gillette Platinum, and we didn't even plan on doing that when this all started. It just happened to be the blade that was in the razor, and I'm really kind of impressed because I don't have very many of these Platinums. Let me put a towel down here because I'm excited and I'm splashing around a little bit here. So I may have a couple of tucks of these, but I got a whole mess of Wismats and Gillette Blacks. I have a few, and some let's see, what else do I have? I just got a whole 100 blades of Persona Diamond Glides. They're I'll do a dedicated few shaves on that, because there's a lot of fellas excited to see that blade and what they think of it. I am too. It's an American-made blade. Most all of the blades that I have are made in Russia. So I have a few that were made in India, and a couple of Wismet tucks from Poland are really old, but I don't expect that to be much different. Yeah, there are no fragments left of the Williams. This is it. Oh, that's kind of happy. I was getting, frankly, a little bored with the soap. There's no doubt to the performance of this soap, and I think I learned that much. And our last shave, I learned that if I take my time with my razor, it doesn't tug at all. So this blade is still viable after 30 shaves. As it goes across that ridge that we talked about, there's just a little bit of a individual hairs being pulled. I don't have a thick beard, but I have a few whiskers down there that are thick, as in diameter, like. And they're kind of tough. Some have asked me what my next breaking out of the Williams first shave is going to be. And I'm not completely decided yet. If you have anything you'd like to see, put it in the comments. I'm leaning towards a straight shave. It's been a minute for a straight shave. And if I do that breaking out, probably I'll get one of my really nice razors, probably a Helgestrand or something, and that'll break that out. And it'll feel really nice, I think, because all of those are really sharp blades. Our history today, because I have to pivot towards that, especially today, is the day the British withdrew from Boston, and George Washington started slowly moving his troops into Boston, and he didn't come marching in like you would think. It would be kind of, these days it would be a triumphant entry back into Boston, but there was some mistrust, even though they're supposed to be gentlemen and leave the city, but under the siege, what the officers say and what the soldiers do, there can be some gaps there. So many buildings were torn up and cannibalized for firewood. Of course, the British chopped down the Liberty Tree, and of course they were fear of booby traps, and artillery pieces that were left behind were spiked. What spiking is they drive big spikes and stuff into the fuse hole of the cannon to render them unusable. But our craftsmen were able to work around that. It would just slow us down some. A lot of loyalists, of course, living in Boston, and of course they had a lot to fear. But yeah, they didn't take possession of Boston with a whole lot of fanfare. And George immediately turned his focus to New York, because that was his next objective. Boy, that was a pretty good shave. If we're gonna have one last shave with it, might as well go for get a third pass. And I'm just cleaning out the rest of what's in there. The brush I use for this whole thing is a Stirling Kong. It's a big synthetic. And the reason I picked it was because it doesn't take a lot of preparation with synthetic brushes. You can just plunge it into the hot water or water, whatever you're going to use. In the summertime, we'll use cold water, and just take to loading right away. With the natural fibers, you have to soak them a little bit. At least you should. It's good for the brushes. And that was just enough soap to get our last pass. So I'm going to just go ahead and put that bowl away, and I'll go hard against, well, this is an oblique to my grain, this way. And there's not much here, so this is just finishing pass. Maybe what I'll do, I'll give myself a day off, because I shaved yesterday and I'm shaving today, of course, and I don't habitually shave every day. So what I'll do is give myself a day to grow a little extra beard, and then a straight shave is a little more satisfying when you got a little bit more length in there. I think that sounds pretty good. So look for that coming. Yeah, I'm smooth as glass here. That was the good thing that Williams had going for it. When they changed their formulation a little bit, they used a little less tallow. It made it a little bit more difficult to lather, but their slickness is off the charts. It's probably as good as it gets for a commercial soap, and it's a shame it's gone. Thank you guys so much for supporting this challenge shave. We're gonna start out on something new. We still haven't decided exactly what we're gonna do. We are gonna continue to highlight historical events parallel to going into our 4th of July celebrations, and that's kind of important to me. But we'll come up with something pretty neat, I think. Our aftershave today, because it is a Williams challenge, I'm going to finish it up with Williams Ice Blue Aqua Velva. Pretty good stuff too. I just got this pretty much for this challenge. So we'll splash a little on us. This is an afternoon shave for me, so that's pretty good. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this far. If you've made it this far, thank you. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're so inclined. I'm Major Rich. You'll find me at theshavingcutter.com, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye now.